Game, another night of the JSBL here at Manasquan High School. Danny Zerski finally back with you guys after an absence last night, and alongside me is Alec Krauthamel. First of a doubleheader tonight, the penultimate night of the regular season. And the first matchup, Larson Ford and Stearns Trailer, and a little bit of a different look here for Stearns Trailer, just considering where they're set up.
Yeah, they're not usually on the visitor side of the bench, but this time they are. It's not something you see too often. I don't really know the dynamics of what goes into all that fun stuff, but definitely a little bit of a difference tonight. But also for Stearns, they have some of their main guys here with the playoffs coming up soon. They got Jalen Gaffney here, Mike Amon suiting up as well. He'll start off the bench. So, again, once it comes to playoff time, a lot of these guys are really starting to up their attendance and getting here in time and getting some of the some of the chemistry and all that fun stuff.
It's funny because I was talking to an unnamed player, and they were saying how this season they thought was a little bit different just because of the intensity levels of the regular season games. He said that guys probably weren't trying as hard as in recent years. And now you have some of the teams back. Corey Floyd back for Larson Ford, and away we go with Muhammad winning the tip and tipping it right to Larry Smith, who couldn't lay it in. It was actually Mason Jones. So Stearns again carrying a light bench tonight at Tankowski and Amon on the bench, and then if you're Larson Ford, you have a small army with you on that side, and Larry Marshall bringing some of his players is getting inside. Shot no good from Savon Myers, and it'll go to Larson Ford.
And some of those reinforcements here as well for Larson Ford. Corey Floyd back after missing a week or two. Also, Gene Campbell making his season debut for Larson Ford. He's a guy that can make a lot happen on the offensive end of the floor.
Offensive foul. Campbell, you remember, was a guy who was a big piece of Stearns Trailer over the past few years, and now he's not. So it'll go back to Stearns after the offensive foul, looking for their first points of the night. Getting inside, shot stripped of the ball was Parker Dorch. Here's McCallum passing, Dean up for a three, shot is good. It felt like it was gonna bounce out twice and then finally went down. So it's 3-0 Larson. Savon Myers kicks out to Gaffney wearing number 31. His patented mid-range off the mark, no good. Muhammad tracks the rebound after the tip from Alex Liba. Dean finds Floyd, who was their leading scorer when he was on the court before he missed those 2 weeks. And Liba stepped on the baseline.
I think the matchup I'm looking the most forward to in this game is the front court matchup. As Larson Ford has their full stable of big men here with Liba, Agba Jemison, as well as Muhammad, and then same thing for Stearns. And they got Dorch, they got Gaffney, they got Amon off the bench, so it should be a really interesting matchup on the low block.
As Dean gets inside, scoop layup, no. Rebound tipped out to Muhammad. He has it here, looking for somewhere to go. He finds Floyd, who tries and is way off on a three. It'll go back to Stearns Trailer. But if you're Larson, that's kind of the offensive possession you'd like. Dorch wide open. Shot fake on a three, drives inside, couldn't finish at the rim. Liba might have gotten a piece of it. Zaire Dean finds Liba, who drives inside, kicks one up, no. Gets his own miss and puts it back in. A quick five for Larson Ford, they're up 5-0.
Yeah, but taking advantage of a mismatch. Liba had Mason Jones on him and couldn't get it the first time, but the second time on the offensive rebounding in the height advantage, and that made that putback that much easier.
Here's Myers, he'll try from the top of the key. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Corey Floyd, a guy who could play some good defense and rebound as well. Floyd, corner, McCallum up on a three, shot no good, rebounded by Myers. Here's Dorch barreling down the lane and blocked by Liba. Dean with it now. Larson in transition, a three is up and no good for Floyd. Muhammad the rebound, and that one now he's stripped of the ball by Gaffney. Gaffney running the floor. Good job of Larson by getting back. Dean stole it, couldn't save it. It's with Myers. Gaffney, open look for three, in and out. Then down low is Mason Jones, and he lays it in.
Yeah, how about Mason Jones skying up for the offensive rebound, just getting around his man, had to go up and under. Mason Jones, one of those guys not afraid to mix it up down low to try to make things happen.
Here's Muhammad. Hello. Shaheed Muhammad was a good 5 feet away from the basket, and he still dunked it. 7-2 Larson Ford. Down low is Dorks to layup. I'm still buzzing about that dunk from Muhammad. Dean gets a screen from McCallum. Finds Muhammad. Here's Alex Liba. He'll try on a three, and that one short. No one was back for Larson to get the rebound, and Mason Jones controls it. Jones, kick, corner, up for Merlin, and he drills it, and we're tied at 7.
Yeah, I think Rasheed Merlin's floor spacing ability is going to make the difference in this game for Stearns if his three-pointers fall or not, because we've seen what he can do in the post, but Larson Ford has the big men to try to match up with him down low. It's going to be if he can stretch the floor.
As McCallum lost it. It ended with Muhammad, and he was fouled by Myers, or else he would have put back a thunderous slam. 7-7, we're almost midway through the first, and you can see Stearns without a shot creator on the floor right now. No, you don't have Jakari, who's your main ball handler. No Scotty Lewis as well. And if you're Larson, the full assortment of guys has also led to them playing pretty good defense in this first 4 minutes, 11 seconds.
Yeah, I think the defense has never been the problem for Larson Ford. I feel like they've always kind of shown up on that end of the floor. It's always been if the shots will fall on the offensive end, particularly from the outside.
Muhammad got both. 9-7 to score. And he stepped on the baseline. And again, this is where it's like no real ball handler on the floor for Stearns, and you could see it's been affecting their offense as Dean comes across the screen, tries a long three, no. Liba tips the rebound to himself. Floyd will try on the rebound, no. And Gaffney gets the long rebound out to Mason Jones. Jones blocked by Liba. That's his second of the quarter. Dean, shot fake, finds Muhammad inside, and then he's fouled by Gaffney. With 19 to shoot in a 9-7 ball game.
Yeah, how about Liba? Mason Jones was there pretty much wide open down low on the outlet pass, but then how about Liba getting back on defense, pinning that reverse layup against the glass?
They get it into Liba, and that one tipped out of bounds. And you're right. I mean, Liba, that's the thing. They might not have the best big men but they definitely have the best room of big men in the league, where all three of them are very good players. Dean has the taller Merlin on him. He's going to pass cross court to Floyd. And a whistle away from the ball. I believe it's Jones on Liba.
Yeah, the matchup right now, Mason Jones on Alex Liba. And again, Jones a guy that will be physical at the point of attack, whether he has a big man on him or a guard. He's, again, not afraid to mix it up. So just he's in there to try to get Liba off of his path, get into the basket.
And a foul away from the ball, and that'll take us to our first media timeout. A lot of whistles in the first 5 of this one. We'll be right back on the JSBL Network. Larson Ford leads at 9-7. welcome you back. Dan Yuzerski, Alec Krauthamel with you. And both teams really struggling to shoot the basketball right now, combining in those first 5 minutes of just 6 for 25. Here's the three, is up and good for Dortch. Right on cue, won't you say?
Yeah, again, Dortch not known for his three-point shooting, but he can stretch the floor if need be. And that makes the defense have to try to wall up against him more on the perimeter, which will open up his slashing game.
Mohamed's mid-range off, and you're right about Dortch. And he's such a good slasher that if he could just make his threes at a 35% clip, he's one of the most dynamic players in the league. And there you see that slashing ability. Couldn't finish, but he's so good at getting to the basket. Dean kicks inside, bad pass, intercepted by Merlin. Here's Myers taking Dean to school, has him under the basket, will pass out. Dortch again, extra one to Merlin. He's good at making threes, and he couldn't hit one there. Here's McCallum. He sees the lane, passes inside, and Mohamed's fouled by Dortch. That's the 5th team foul already on Stearns.
Yeah, they've had to be aggressive down low because of the size advantage that Larson Ford provides with both Liba and Mohamed. Liba off the floor right now, but just those two out there, especially at the same time, it just makes them that much harder to guard. Is Gene Campbell into the game for Liba out of the timeout.
And it's tough when you have one big man. Like, you see it all the time with Josh Cohen, and then Mohamed's a one-man wrecking crew on his own right. Then you could add Agba Jemison, who can get up with anyone, and he's a good rebounder, and then Liba, who's been consistently good in his time down here so far this summer, and it makes him more dangerous than I think people anticipate, especially if they get Nate Pierre-Louis back for the playoffs. And it might be a little crazy to say, but this is a team with everyone they have in place that could potentially emerge as champions at the end of next week.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have the talent, especially when you have Corey Floyd, and like you mentioned, if Pierre-Louis is able to come back as well.
This one up and no good for Jones. Rebound tipped by Dortch, and he missed as well before Mohamed was able to grab it. 10-10 to score. Also the name of the radio station, 10-10 wins. Here's McCallum. Gets in and gets a shot to go. McCallum's 1 for 2, and Larson's back in front. Here's Myers. Spins, lost it. Good hands inside by Larson Ford. Campbell with it now. Comes across a screen, a three is up and no good. Mohamed couldn't track the rebound, but went to Myers. Who dumps it inside, Dortch spins on the block, got it, and the foul. We talked about how good he is inside, and that time he was there.
Yeah, and he won that possession early on. He had Gene Campbell on him and sealed his positioning on the low block immediately. He was just able to get down low, get into his spot, and just back up. And once he gets into his spot on the low block, he does have an array of moves that he can go to. And that time he went with the quick spin, got his defender in the air, and finished through the contact.
That's what you have to, and that's why Dortch early was struggling, just because of the two big men. But if you let him have any sort of size advantage inside, it's over. He is that good down low. Here's Dean. Tried to, a little too selfish there. Tried to dribble through a double, and he couldn't. Merlin finds Gaffney with Dortch trailing. Dortch left wide open. Thought about the three. Agba Jemison stepped in the lane. McCallum on Merlin, and Merlin a high arcing deuce. And it's 15-12. Here's a look for Floyd from the corner. Shot no good, and Larson's gone ice cold. Dortch, McCallum inside. He bullied him. And a timeout by Larson Ford.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a big run for Stearns Trailer. Parker Dortch has been at the front of it. He's knocked down a three. He's gotten into his spot in the post. He's just done a great job of getting to his positioning and using his skill set, especially with the smaller defender on him.
And you look at it, he bullies, and he plays a lot bigger than his size. He's kind of got a football mentality in him when he goes inside, because of how he is able to just bump his way in. He's so good with his moves, his footwork, and he's got Larson down by 5 right now.
You know, something you said earlier made me think, and I've always thought this. You know, 10-10 wins the radio station. It feels like a bit of a contradiction because at 10-10, nobody's winning.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe they should have gone 11-10, you know, move the dial up a little bit. Then at least somebody would be winning.
Well, that's the thing. Radio stations in general don't make any sense to me because you don't have Station 1, Station 2. You have 880, 98.7, 101.9, The Fan. 10-10 wins, as you mentioned. WABC, it's like, it's confusing. It's a whole other topic. As play resumes, here's McCallum. Mid-range, way off. You know, I think that some of the issue with Larson Ford lies in some of the selfish play by some of their guards. Dean and McCallum, at times, as Merlin bullies him inside and he gets the basket. I don't know if you see it. I feel like they need, and McCallum's such a good defender, but sometimes on offense, he gets a little bit too selfish along with Dean. As he tries a 3 here, was covered and missed.
I think it's just about making that extra pass, you know, just making sure you can stay within the flow of the offense because these guys are good individual scorers, but, you know, it's about keeping within the flow of the offense and making sure you can turn a good look into a great one.
Like that, Gaffney drills a 3. But you're right, and that's part of the issue, Larson. And here's McCallum again, drives inside. He's taken 5 shots. He's taken the last 3 for Larson, and he's missed all of them. Luckily, he was fouled there.
Yeah, again, I think it's balancing some of the half-court possessions where, you know, trying to keep the ball moving. Dean's one of those guys that thrives when you get him in a high pick and roll. You kind of get the defense in movement, and they're trying to rotate or switch or anything like that. So, again, it's all about setting up, you know, some of the outside looks, just making sure you can make that extra pass or make the extra decision to get the defense off balance.
As he misses the free throw. And I think that's the thing that, especially in this league, the ones that play the most as a team are the ones that benefit. And you could be the most talented team in this league, but at the end of the day, if you don't play as a team, you're not going to win. Look at the Spurs and the Knicks. As McCallum splits a pair. Here's Mason Jones, and he hangs on the rim after. He looked like someone on Twitter after their take went the right way. And it's 24-13. Dean, this is the guy who would get more involved here. Corey Floyd, as he misses, gets his own. Wow, oh, and then he missed again. That was unprecedented.
Floyd's had some good looks. They just haven't fallen. It's been one of those quarters so far for Corey Floyd.
Just 13 points. It's been really for the whole team. As Eamon in the game now gets inside, that patented jump hook is just the oldest player in the league right now, and he's still getting it done. 26-13. Floyd kicks to the corner. McCallum, he's going to get it, and of course he's going to shoot it, and he missed. He's 1 for 6 now. Jones able to save it. Here's Gaffney. Can hold for the final shot. Gaffney at the buzzer, way off. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter with Stearns leading this one 26-13. the second quarter. Dan Yuzerski alongside Alec Krauthamel. And Alec Larson started that half and ended 1 for 10 as McCallum, that's a shot he makes. And it's 26-15, but prior to that dunk by McCallum, they were 4 of 23 in the game. You got to shoot better than that if you want to win.
Yeah, absolutely, especially against the Stearns team who can put points together in a hurry. They just haven't been able to get into the flow of their half-court offense. Some of their shots have been good, but not a lot of great looks, and they haven't fallen either.
It just feels disjointed. I don't know if you feel the same way, but it feels like as Muhammad gets that one to go, it felt like once McCallum started to shoot, I felt like the entire team is disoriented, not disoriented, disjointed.
I feel like the shot you just saw is kind of what Larson needs to go to more of, and that's getting Shaheed Muhammad and Alex Leiba when he comes back into the game involved, because they have good matchups, especially when you look at a guy like Muhammad. He started to develop that turnaround fadeaway. It's become a legit weapon for him.
He's such a good player as Jones fires one up, no good. It's a shot clock violation. And that's kind of where you felt the game turned in the favor of Stearns was when Leiba exited.
Yeah, he's been really good this season, and he just kind of provides a different kind of aspect where he is a really good low post initiator. He can pass out of the double team as well. So, yeah, I think he's going to be really important, especially a guy like Muhammad who can jump out of the gym.
As Dean gets that one to go, and that 4:23 in the first quarter, and now they're 3 of 3 to start the second as they trail by 9. McCallum pressing, and this is what he does so well defensively. Amon backing down Muhammad, the veteran going against the youngster, and Amon gets that one off the glass. Amon's 3 for 3. And it's 30-19. Some good flow developing here. Here's McCallum. Drives in, puts up a wild shot and misses. He's 2 of 8. I mean, they're leaving him in here for his defense, but he's hurt them tonight offensively.
Yeah, it just seems like, again, got to try to find the flow within the offense and make that extra look to turn good looks into a great one. That wasn't a bad look per se, but it just didn't feel like it was within the flow of the offense.
As Dortch gets inside, and he'll add the foul as well, as he's up to 12 points. And I want to go back to a point you mentioned. Part of the reason I feel like they're not in a flow is because every time he's touched the ball, he's put it up in the air. I mean, you have guys on the bench. Peter Lusser's a guy that's a good passer, good three-point shooter. I mean, there's other guys on the bench that could potentially take his spot, but on the mark of being selfish, it's just, I mean, there's a lot of this in the summer basketball league. A lot of these guys have been kind of playing selfish. It's not just McCallum, who I know we might have gone a little bit, we might have said a little bit about, but Dean's been a little bit selfish as well. It feels like they're not passing, they're just looking to put their shots up. Whole team as Muhammad gets inside, and that's probably one that he would like. If you're Coach Blair Marshall, you'd like him to pass out of. As Gaffney drills a 3. 33-19. Floyd doubled. Gets it to Dean. Extra look. Here's a shot up for Campbell, and that one's no good. Muhammad the rebound, and he's fouled. That one no good. Dortch will pick up the foul, and that's his second.
At the line, Corey Floyd Jr. He will be shooting 2.
By the way, some baseball news as Floyd misses the first free throw. Curtis Mead, believed to have a fractured wrist.
Oof. That was his first game for the Red Sox last night. We got hit by the pitch, too.
I couldn't, when that trade came across my screen and I saw that from passing, I couldn't believe they made that.
Yeah.
I mean, Connolly, and even then, I think Mead's a solid little player. And that might be the going rate for a right-handed bat at this deadline, but Connolly Early is a good starter, and you have 5.5 years left of him. And they got him for a guy that was DFA'd at the beginning of the year. As Myers missed on a 3, he got a pass back after a miss. Then Gaffney cleans it up. Both of these teams are struggling offensively right now. Dean gets inside and finishes it. I would love to see a stat to see how many passes per possession both of these teams have. As Dortch misses, Amon the rebound, and he's backing his way in, got it.
I mean, you look at Shaheed Muhammad, he's just thinking, like, what else am I supposed to do? Again, one of the best rim protectors in the league, but Amon, with his experience, just kind of backing him down and just flips it up.
Yeah, it's almost like if he gets into that position, it's unstoppable. It's like a great closer. You know he's gonna throw the fastball. It's how do you hit it? How do you stop it? And in the case of Amon, it's not many people can. Step back triple for Gaffney is good. And Stearns Trailers opened up a 19-point lead.
Yeah, Gaffney has been on fire tonight. You mentioned Stearns doesn't have that typical primary ball handler they usually have. I think that might be Gaffney's role going forward as Floyd starts to get going. But again, Gaffney has been on fire from 3 tonight.
He finds Dortch, who couldn't lay it in, but there's a foul on Floyd. Yeah, and you're right about Gaffney. And Gaffney's one of those guys who Jersey royalty, played in one of the great playoff runs in NCAA tournament history. I think that's pretty Final Four run with Florida Atlantic. He hit, if it wasn't for Dwayne Jones's 3 last year, we would have been talking about Gaffney's shot as the game winner. This is one of those guys who is, I don't think it's that even crazy to say, he might be the most underrated player in the JSBL.
It's funny, it's the Marcus Page shot against Villanova in the national championship, kind of similar vein.
As Floyd gets inside, he couldn't hit. Myers, it almost reminded me of the one that happened against them as Myers finishes in the Final Four game, where it wasn't on the baseline, but it was that same rise, fire, and then hit in the face. And obviously, no one will end up really talking about that shot from Gaffney because of what took place after, but he's a guy that is one of the league's best as he tries a 3 here in the face of Liba. Missed. Campbell the rebound. Dean will take it up. 4:30 to play in the first half. 3 for Floyd. No. Tipped into the hands of Amon by Liba. And Stearns with their 21-point lead can continue. It's going to go to 23. Ooh. I might have spoke too soon. Gaffney had some bad intentions, but was fouled. They'll take us to a timeout with 4:15 to play here in this first half. Stearns Trailer leading by 21 on the JSBL Network. was awesome. We welcome you back, Dan Yuzerski and Alec Krauthimmel. Jalen Gaffney hits the first of 2 free throws. He gets the second to go as well. As Dean on the other end lays it up and in. Dortch drives in, stops, gets inside. Oh my goodness! Shaheed Muhammad with an emphatic block.
It's funny, it's not too often you can say on a post hook, I don't know if that was a goaltend or not, mostly just because when you go with a post hook, there's not too many guys that can get up that high to send away the shot, but Shaheed Muhammad is one of them.
I think he was letting out a little bit of frustration there. That's the right way to do it as Gaffney tries and hits again on a 3. Gaffney has 14 points. Gaffney with now 16 points. He's got 3 rebounds and 3 assists as well, and my goodness.
Stearns foul, charge number 21, Parker Dortch. That is his 3rd.
As Dortch picks up his 3rd foul, and that's a precarious spot for John Kaminsky. Corey Floyd at the line, and if I'm Kaminsky, I wouldn't play him the rest of the half.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the move with Mike Amon coming back into the game.
He's too valuable right now, and with the limited bench that Stearns has, you kind of have to ride it out with who you have on the floor right now, because you need Mason Jones and especially Parker Dortch down the stretch, even though you're up 23. McCallum playing full court. Myers gets around him. Myers kicks to the corner. Hankowski tries and connects on a 3. Right in the game, right in the action with a triple.
Yeah, Hankowski, the former Red Bank Catholic star, an excellent three-point shooter. He's gotten some chances here in some of these games, hasn't knocked down the 3 at the same rate as, I mean, when he's warming up, his shot looks gorgeous, but now he's in the game and got one to fall.
As Myers couldn't finish after the 7th miss of the night from McCallum, and then he gets his putback and puts it back in. It's 57-29. Here's Campbell, doubled in the corner by Myers and Hankowski, flips it out. Dean, shot fake, drives in, blocked by Hankowski, but they're going to call a late foul. It's got to be a cool moment for Dean and Hankowski. 2 guys that grew up playing in the city of Red Bank. One for Red Bank Regional, the other one for Red Bank Catholic. And that time they get tangled up and the foul's called.
Yeah, Stearns trailer right now, on their way to winning this game, obviously almost doubling up Larson Ford. This is a game that's important for playoff positioning. Larson Ford, if they, obviously a tall task ahead tonight against Stearns, and then they play OIB Ortho in their last regular season game. High degree of difficulty facing the top 2 teams in the league, but if they could win those 2 games, they could finish as high as 2 in the standings.
Which would be an upset, a crazy upset of epic proportions.
Yeah, it's not looking very likely right now, though. But then for Stearns, if they win this game, which obviously up by 28 points, they're looking like they could and maybe will, they would lock up the 2 seed. So definitely a matchup with a lot of implications, as pretty much all these games are important for playoff matchups.
Peter Luster finally checks in. We were wondering why he hadn't been playing. He's been really good this year, and he'll be the 2 guard. He's shot the 3 ball very well.
That's what I was going to say, yeah. I mean, it feels like Larson Ford just kind of needs a change of pace guy. You can find the ball, and he'll put it up and shoot it, and he's been very good shooting from 3, and he also provides a lot on the defensive end. He's willing to, once again, mix it up and get after it on that end of the floor, so I'm surprised this is his first action tonight. Yeah,
you're right. He's right in the face of Gaffney as he got there. Merlin misses on a 3, but Myers the follow. And if you're Isaiah McCallum, you cannot allow a guy that was in the corner to out-rebound you there.
Yeah, you got to get a body on someone. You can't watch the ball there on the rim.
Here's his 8th miss of the night after his blocked out of bounds. 2 of 10 for Isaiah McCallum.
And again, a Stearns win tonight, once again, would lock the 2 seed in for Stearns, as Seaview Jeep was potentially looking to get an eye on that top 2 seed. Now it seems like they may be locked into 3 after their win over ACI Robins Nest last night. So like you said, penultimate night of the regular season, starting to really get stuff going in terms of the playoff matchups. Are starting to crystallize and come into form.
County Line, who David Smith won't stop talking about, wins the 1 as Gaffney off on a 3. And it could be trending towards another one of those legendary Stern-Seaview playoff matchups as Luster tries from the corner. Of course he did. Hits on a 3. It makes you wonder why he wasn't in the game until about a minute ago.
Yeah, there you go. Again, you can spread the ball around, find him. He's not afraid to shoot it. That's one of those guys, again, you just kind of need to change of pace on offense after what you had wasn't really working.
Amon with 4 guys on him. Couldn't get the first one and then blocked on the second. That time they do call a goaltend on Muhammad.
How about Amon? I have no idea how he managed to find himself under the basket. He started on the elbow, and with an array of fakes and moves the opposite direction, I don't know how he was able to.
They had 4 guys on him.
Yeah. He just kind of weaved his way around all of them.
It looked like he was. It didn't look good, and then he somehow turned a desperate situation into 2 points. As McCallum slips, he's on it. Floyd has it here. Floyd try, hard foul in the back of the head. Hankowski kind of gave him an elbow, and now Floyd, who was dealing with an injury already this year, is down on the ground in some pain.
Yeah, it looked like he took an awkward step on that same spot that McCallum slipped on, I believe. Obviously not what you want to see. I wasn't sure if it was a wet spot. It doesn't look like it from here, although sometimes they're more obvious than others. But, yeah, definitely not what you want to see for Floyd, but it looks like he's all right.
Even then, the foul at Hankowski gave him a little check to the back of the head area, and that can't feel good either.
Yeah, I think that was what you that's what happens when, Floyd with the advantage off the dribble. Hankowski kind of had no choice but to try to make a play on the ball.
Just a wrong place, wrong time kind of moment for both sides. As we still have the stoppage for some wet spots. It's funny, the players have been going around squeaking their shoes the entire time trying to figure it out, yet no one's gone over with the mop. Not one guy said, hey, let me grab the mop, and now they're going over.
And Jalen Gaffney is a towel. They tried using the mop a couple of minutes ago. I wonder if it was just, it wasn't working, so they had to try something else. I'm not sure.
That might be a defective mop situation.
Where is Liam?
I don't even think Liam could help this wet spot. We might meet. Someone's playing Jeopardy music in the crowd.
Yeah, that would be Dave, our PA announcer.
This is the wet spot time is approaching 2 minutes, and Floyd can finally go back and take his free throws.
Are we gonna add that to the end of the first half, like in soccer, still in the World Cup?
Stoppage time?
Yeah, we need stoppage time in the JSBL.
I think that's the last thing we need.
Yeah, we're already here late enough at night.
Floyd makes the first. I mean, at this rate, game 2 won't start until 9:30. As Floyd makes the second. Got a funny text from our producer. As Myers, who's had a pretty good first half, spins, lays it up and off. Rebound with Dean. After Floyd has it. Floyd moving pretty well. So he went down, lost third corner, triple. He got it. And he has a little bit to say to Gaffney after. Peter Luster continues to shoot the ball at a high level.
Again, he's a guy that you can make that extra pass to, and he won't be afraid to put up the shot as you get a timeout from Stearns with Merlin in some trouble. He's a guy that you can swing the ball over to and not worry about, he's going to make a mistake. He's just going to put that shot up.
And that's kind of what Larson hasn't done tonight. Luster's kind of finally provided a guy that can move off the ball, and it feels like a lot of Larson's offense has been selfish and stagnant tonight. That time it wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, we'll see if he can provide a spark. Obviously, still a big lead for Stearns, 61-39. And the scary part for Stearns is it feels like they've been largely a second half team. They've played much better in the second halves of games, whether that's they get down early and then have to come back and win it in the end, or they play okay in the first half, it's a close game, and then they kind of pull ahead in the second. But they've largely been a second half team, and this first half has been really strong for them.
Now David Smith is playing Thunderstruck.
Is this going to be be a thing that we test drive here? Putting your phone up to the PA mic and playing music. Are we test driving this now? I don't think it's working because we can't hear it, but.
As that one goes for James Hankowski. And it's 63-39. Luster tried again. Muhammad the rebound. He puts one up and in. And Larson, I guess, in the business of playing full court press as Gaffney tries a wild shot. How did he get that to go? Incredible. Luster got to get one up. He could not. He would have been an air ball anyway. How about that shot by Gaffney to send us to the half?
I mean, when you're on fire, you're on fire. It's been one of those nights for Jalen Gaffney. Figured the game clock is running down. Why not try to put it up? It was good contest, but just better offense. Gaffney has been the star of this game so far with his shot-making ability from the outside.
And the playmaking ability as well. He kind of channeled his inner J-Rob on that three. As we take you to the halftime break, 4:50 until the second half starts. We'll be right back after this short break on the JSBL Network. Start of the second half, Dan Yuzerski, Alec Crowtham with you. Here's McCallum. A dominant first half by Stearns Trailer, who's playing on a different side of the court, different bench, and honestly might have made them better, outscoring Larson 66-41 in that first half.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at a guy like Jalen Gaffney, 21 points on 13 shots, 5 of 10 from 3. It's been a team effort tonight for Stearns. It's been Dortch has had his time. Obviously, Gaffney has had his time as well. Myers has played well as kind of that point forward type guy. So it's been a lot of different contributors. Obviously, Eamon getting his work as well.
That one missing. And I think that's been the most impressive part. And they kind of took over that last time when Dortch went on the bench as Myers couldn't stick a 3. That one long rebound going into the corner back to Larson. I think that Eamon's probably looked the best that he's looked in a good 2 or 3 years tonight.
And coming out of retirement, he retired about a few weeks ago, but then he came back. He's looked really good tonight. He's just gotten to his spots.
As that one goes, you know what? I want to bring this to the air because it's just in my set. How is it that our PA announcer goes to the bathroom and does his business as there's a foul ending? Maybe a goaltend? Yeah, foul and a goaltend. That's the second time we've seen it this year. Isn't it incredible to you that our PA guy goes to the bathroom and there's not a basket made until he gets back?
I mean, you know, sometimes, maybe he planned it. Maybe he could see he's closer to the benches than we are. Maybe he can tell the vibes. You know,
what is he, LeBron?
Maybe.
He saw that coming?
Maybe. You know, maybe he did.
As that one goes, 69-43, the lead. McCallum gets in, and he's now 2 of 11 after that miss. It'll stay with Larson. Dean inbound. He gets it to Floyd, who had an easy basket and missed. You don't get that many easier chances than that. Then Myers, oh my goodness, trying to bring down the house, and was very close to doing so. That one missed inside. Long rebound, tracked in the corner, and was Jones pulled out or pushed out? Yep, it'll go back with Stearns.
That was some acrobatics by Mason Jones. He was just able to take the ball. His back was facing Alex Lai, but he kind of turned around, did a 180 in midair, and threw it off his hip.
Gaffney with it here. Mid-range kicks, Merlin extra pass, Dortch in the corner, couldn't get it. But like, that's the difference right there between Stearns and Larson, is that 2 extra passes there, and Larson's gonna get a shot here as McCallum got it to go. He's 3 of 12. Jones, long pass inside to Merlin, and he's fouled by McCallum, and that's, I don't know if you heard the gong sound go off, but I sure did.
Ouch.
McCallum kind of stood over him.
Yeah,
Some words to say.
they were trying to make sure that everyone's all right. It looked like Merlin took a bit of a shot to the unfortunate midsection.
I don't know. I kind of felt his pain there.
I think we all did.
No, it'll be. He looks to be okay. Myers to inbound to Mason Jones. Merlin sets the screen. Jones along the baseline fires a shot up, and he couldn't get it. Dean came in for the board. Dean, Floyd drives in, puts one up, and a nice floater goes.
Yeah, Floyd didn't have his best performance in that first half. He shot 1 of 10 from the floor, just wasn't able to get a lot of his shots to fall. 0 of 6 from 3. He's usually a better shooter than he's shown tonight, so I think it's just a matter of time until he gets going. I think he's too talented of a scorer, and he's shown that in this league this year as well. He's averaged almost 30 a game when he's been here, so I think it's just about him finding his rhythm and getting into his shot.
So Myers to the line for 2, and part of the thing with Floyd is you wonder, is rust a factor potentially tonight with him?
I think it could be. I guess it depends what he's been doing in between the weeks that he wasn't here. I know he got dinged up in his most recent game, but I think he was all right after that. I think he had some other obligations that kept him from being here. So I guess it's just a matter of, what he's been doing in the meantime. Sometimes it's just one of those nights where the ball isn't going in the basket.
As that one, no. Rebounded by that one off. I don't know what's going on. Stearns inbound. 71-47. Gaffney across the screen. He was red hot in that first half, and that one denied out of bounds. I believe that was Lima who got his third block of the night. Dean kicks, Floyd fires one up and in. Merlin down low, battling with Lima, and he got it to go. Ooh. Merlin hit him with a little boy after. It was cold from Rashid Merlin. Ball on the ground, here's McCallum. And he's fouled. And he'll go to the line for two.
Stearns foul, charge number 31. Jalen Gaffney, his second. At the line, Isaiah McCallum, he will be shooting two.
So McCallum to the line. His first one, he got it.
Re-entering for Larson, G. Campbell. He replaces Zaire Dean.
McCallum missed a second. Myers has it on the foul shot, the foul line. Steps back out. Gaffney fires one up. No, rebounded by Floyd, who's pushing the pace. Larson, if you could get it to 12, you could put yourself in a position to win this game. Floyd fires one and misses.
Yeah, still a lot of basketball left to be played. I mean, we've seen bigger comebacks here in the JSBL even this year, so still a lot of basketball left.
If the Knicks could come back from 29 down against the Spurs, anything's possible. As that one misses from Jones, and it feels like Stearns has gotten a little bit stagnant in the first 5 minutes or so, would you say? That one off the mark.
I think so. I mean, obviously the shots haven't fallen at the same rate. It just doesn't feel like they've gotten as many open looks as well. I mean, the ball just hasn't moved at kind of the same level. I feel like they've kind of forced some shots. I think Larson's defense has been good to start out this half as well. I think they've been swarming the ball once it starts to get into the lane. You've seen them kind of create some plays out of that where they get a guy on a tough look in midair.
As Merlin, and I think that's part of it. I mean, that's kind of a selfish shot. And then, what a play by Gaffney. Here's Jones, the two-handed flush. Hawks set up by Gaffney, being a pickpocketer on the defense.
It's funny the way he'll just kind of crouch down, make himself small, and then just come out of nowhere and poke the ball away from behind. He's not afraid to try to do that. He'll do it every now and then. Usually guys will pick up on it.
But it's the element of surprise that gets you as Lima way off. Myers long pass down to Merlin. He catches it, couldn't keep it in, and that takes us to our immediate timeout. 4:32 to play in the third quarter with Larson down by 25. multiple of things going on right now. But we'll try to focus on the court as Liba way off. It comes to Campbell, who missed from point blank range. Jones trying to take, finds Amon. Amon on Muhammad. Amon had a lot of success in the first half with that jump hook and barely missed there. Here's Campbell. Finds Liba, and Myers got a piece, but a foul.
Stearns foul, charge number 35, Savon Myers.
Savon Myers has been bouncing tonight.
At the line for Larson.
Yeah, I think this Larson Ford offense, these last few possessions, has really made it a point to get towards the basket, try to make something happen near the rim with their forwards, because, again, they have that advantage in the front court. We're seeing Liba kind of start to be that go-to guy in the front court there. And, I mean, Savon Myers had to get way up just to try to contest that, eventually committing the foul and having to make him earn it from the line.
That's probably a good foul because that one, he made 1 of 2. Here's Floyd up top for 3, no. Rebound tipped out. Here's Luster for 3, he hits again. His third three-pointer of the game. The rest of the team has a combined 1.
And again, those two big men on the floor, Liba and Muhammad, made all that happen with the 2 offensive rebounds, just showing an ability to get up and keep the possessions alive.
Oh my! There's a beauty from Shahid Muhammad on the alley-oop. Larson kind of keeping it in there as Myers couldn't get the English, and it lands back with Floyd. Is this the start for Larson Ford to maybe make this game a little bit more interesting? Floyd lobbing it up again, and Muhammad couldn't handle it. He mistimed his jump. Long outlet pass. Mason Jones, a little too strong. Would have liked to see Jones slow it down there. Floyd, Luster, how about a 4th for Peter Luster? That one off the mark. Muhammad the rebound, and his putback is good. And they've cut it to 19.
Again, Muhammad starting to impose his will in this game. Has the long arms, and again, he can get to that little, 8-foot jumper. It's become a legit weapon for him so far this summer.
And you mentioned that, he's been great, but another thing to point out, just 9 points in the second half so far for Stearns. Trailer, and that's deflected and blocked by Muhammad. Luster for another 3-pointer is good! Peter Luster, unconscious! And the lead's down to 14. Larson Ford is on a 20-9 run, and we'll take a timeout. Actually, no one will stay right here, and it's been a lot of it because of the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've played great defense over this last stretch of play. That's created opportunities for the offense. Again, Luster, a guy that you can swing the ball to, particularly in transition, and he will put that 3-pointer up. It's been deadly accurate so far tonight. And again, Stearns, I think, just needs a little reset here. They kind of sped themselves up. I know this is a team that likes to run, but they got a little too fast for their own good with some of their transition opportunities, and it's just given Larson Ford an extra chance for extra possessions. And yeah, they've done a great job of just locking in on the defensive end. That's where it started here. You got the block by Muhammad. They've been rebounding the ball at a high level. So this game, again, still not over yet. No lead is too large for the JSBL, or very few leads are too large for the JSBL.
You're right. And if you're Stearns, you're thinking, hey, we have this easy win. We're up by 25. It's 66-41 at the half. And Larson's made it very difficult for them just to get easy shots off. They're going to full court press here. I also think they've kind of gotten away from the game plan in the second half. As Mason Jones in a triple team. He finds a wide open Dortch. They need it, and they miss. Amon controls the rebound to the corner. Gaffney. Good switch by Luster. Gaffney to Amon inside. Amon's blocked by Muhammad. Larson Ford is life. And Luster stepped out of bounds. That is a killer.
I think for Stearns Trailer on offense, we haven't seen enough of Jalen Gaffney in this third quarter. He had that red-hot first half, and he hasn't, I mean, not even the scoring, he hasn't touched the ball enough, I don't think, here so far in this third quarter. Just kind of give him the ball and let him run the offense.
I agree, as Mason Jones got it, and the foul. I think that's been part of it. When Jones and Gaffney have been on the floor at the same time tonight, it feels like Stearns just kind of doesn't have a clear identity, whereas it's just been Gaffney. They've flowed a lot more freely.
Well, I think with Rasheem Merlin also off the floor, it's been a big opportunity for Larson Ford to flex its front court muscle. Now he's going to come back into the game. He has done a great job tonight. He's just going to inform Parker Torch that he's subbing in for him. I'll tell you what, Rasheem Merlin, underrated, funny guy in the league.
Oh, him and Dorch.
Yeah, the two of them on the same team is really entertaining.
Good friends. Those two are hilarious together. As Jones gets it. So Larson now down by 16. Make it 17 as Muhammad working in on Amon. Ooh. Where did the foul come from that wangle?
I think he got him on the forearm on the follow through. And again, that's the length that Muhammad provides. It makes it tough to guard with just the ability to rise up and again get that high release point where the defender is contesting, but he still ends up committing the foul.
And he will be shooting.
As Muhammad gets the first one to go.
Yeah, Muhammad's been a legit good free throw shooter as well in this league. I mean, I know for big men it can be a little hard to get that consistency from the stripe, but he has really been a solid free throw shooter again, especially considering how much attention he draws in the front court.
He hits the second. Gaffney. Luster came up a little bit too much for the pass. Gaffney missed. Ball still loose. Luster touched it last. That was close. As Jones finishes at the rim.
Mason Jones.
Floyd drives and the finish.
Corey Floyd Jr.
Now that one goes. Muhammad's got to get it off, and he missed, and that's the end of the third quarter. Larson Ford down 17. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter after this short break. Start of the fourth quarter here, Dan Yuzerski, Alec Krauthamel, and Alec. Stern Trailer in control, but I wouldn't say they've closed the door just yet.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Larson Ford played a lot better defense in that third quarter, holding Stearns to only 16 points. And you see Muhammad there finishing the lane. I think a lot of that has been the play of Shaheed Muhammad down low.
Here's Luster trying to cut it to 12, and he just missed. This one, long rebound, tipped out to Floyd. Dean missed. Dean in the corner. Here's Luster with it. And Myers finally controls it. I mean, the ball's been, I feel like the ball's been on the ground more than it's been in possession the past 11 minutes of game time. Dorch backing in Dean. He's got the size advantage, and he sent Dean to the spirit realm. Dean just got sent to another atmosphere, and Dorch picked up the basket.
Yeah, again, Dorch, really nice job of just backing down straight into the post. Went with the bull rush there, and Dean fell to the ground. That opened up a wide open post hook for Dorch. Again, when Stern's offense has been at its best, he's been involved in this game.
So a little bit of a break for a wet spot cleanup as McCallum steps back to check in for Luster. And a lot of the run happened when those two were swapped positions. As Campbell gets it to go. Myers has it on the block. Oh my goodness. That one last touch by Merlin. It looked like it had gone off the hand of Luster, and McCallum checks back in for Luster. I don't really get why they're sending Luster off the floor.
Well, I think it was that matchup that we just saw there. They just want another guy with size that they can put on the floor to deal with a lot of combo forwards and wings that Stearns has to offer.
As Floyd traveled, it'll go back to Stearns. Myers dumps it in. Here's Amon. Two-man on him, and that one sent all the way out by Muhammad. Amon trying to do the same thing again. Falling away. Shot no good. A rebound in McCallum. Floyd launches. Couldn't hit. The lead still at 15. That one, oh my goodness, Dean saved it. Lobbing it up for McCallum, and he missed from point blank range. Myers, one dribble three, got it. How did he miss that shot? As Floyd gets it to go. Myers inside, he's fouled.
How about Stearns again? The pace in there when this game is played with pace, it plays right into the hands of Stearns Trailer, and they have really taken advantage of that with a couple of straight baskets here in this late stretch to even build that lead further.
And it's just the poise in the We apologize for the technical difficulties.
And Larson Ford takes
Timeout
a
Larson
timeout.
Ford. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back. Welcome you back. That ball stolen. George down the lane. He missed. How many times are these teams going to miss at point blank range? Here's Campbell. As that one goes. As Gaffney has it here. There's Dortch inside, he lays it in.
Out of bounds, possession claim for Stearns.
That one was out of bounds.
Re-entering for Stearns, Mason Jones, who replaces Mike Hayes.
Myers just getting inside again.
Larson Ford foul charge to number 3, Zaire Dean. That is his third. At the line, Savon Myers, he will be shooting 1.
Myers for the end one. Got it. Here's Campbell. Way off. Campbell threw it right to Mason Jones. Oh, the Mason with the no look. Here comes Myers! Woo-hoo-hoo! Another one from Savon and a soul stealer that. As Floyd the other way and one. I feel like there are a few guys in this league that you'd want to see with a head of steam less than Savon Myers.
Absolutely. I mean, he has an ability to get up, and he is violent when he does.
He's one of those guys where it's like, I think he could literally jump over me. I mean, I'm 5'9". Myers, we should do a JS Field dunk contest. I feel like that would be fun.
Do it in between the two semifinal games.
Or that's the halftime show of the championship, as Dortch couldn't hit on a three. There's a whistle and a stoppage. We'll be back. Final timeout of game number one. We'll be right back after this. We apologize for the technical difficulties. All right, we have a new producer in tonight. It's Vin. And he's been messing up a little bit. Here's Gaffney. Final 4:09 of this one. Stern Strower looks like they could be in position to get that number 2 seed, and that's important. Because, I mean, I guess there's no home field advantage and whatnot, but having to play an easier first round game, you're probably playing Larson forward. This is a potential first round matchup as Floyd gets it to go. And if you're Stearns, you're handling them without your guys. You got to feel pretty good if this is your first round matchup.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think they've played really well and kind of imposed their will as Myers picks up his fourth. But again, yeah, if this is the matchup in the first round, I think it helps, you know, knowing what it takes to beat this team. And especially since Larson Ford has most of their guys available tonight, and even Stearns is missing a few of theirs.
For sure. And that's the big thing. I mean, the only guy Larson really is missing is Nate Pierre-Louis, which could be big, but you don't know. As Jones turnaround jumper is good. And it's a 19-point game with 3:30 to play. Floyd stops, starts, floats, missed. Aiming the rebound. Long outlet, Merlin. Hello. We'll do a little hanging around after that. As Isaiah McCallum improves his field goal percentage into the 30s tonight with that shot. Oh, beautiful pass, Hankowski. The finish, couldn't do it. What a whip pass from Jones, though. Here's Floyd. Stops, turnaround, jumper, got it. Here's Eamon, Hankowski, the oldest guy to the youngest guy on the team. Gaffney was looking for a place to go with it. Step back triple, no. Had the good arc on it. McCallum the rebound. Here he comes with a head of steam. Oh boy. And he missed a dunk. Second time McCallum has missed a point blank range tonight as Merlin lays it up and in. That shot off the mark from Floyd. Hankowski out of bounds with a minute 48 to play.
Larson, Peter Luxer, and Shaheed Muhammad. And for Stern, Savon Myers.
That one out of bounds.
And in the game for Stern, James Hankowski, he replaces Jalen Gaffney.
It's funny, Hankowski was out for about 3 seconds. Jalen Gaffney was supposed to be the one to check out. I don't think he wanted to, so James Hankowski was the one that subbed out and then came back in a possession later.
That one off the mark. Yeah, you're right. Sometimes it's like that old scene from Major League where Roger Dorn didn't want to come out of the game. Sometimes these guys want to keep playing as Corey Floyd drills a three. Cutting the lead to 16 with minute 20 to play. So Stearns can go into their matchup as Muhammad blocks that one. Next week or tomorrow with a chance to secure the #1 seed as McCallum misses again. Muhammad. Oh. You think there was a little frustration behind that one?
Maybe a little bit.
As their late game county line auto trying to keep their undefeated season alive, and Manasquan High School maybe needing to pay for a new projector after that shot. That one would make Alexander proud. As that one might take the cake for the highest arcing shot of the year. As that one, Corey Floyd has turned up in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, again, under a minute to play, so not too much meaning to it, but it's a 12-point game.
As Amen misses on a three. Dean, one dribble corner, they got it, and this one's gonna look a little bit closer than the final score will end up suggesting. That's an 11-point game. This was not as close as this final score will be. Muhammad, oh, nice pass, and Floyd the finish. As that's gonna do it. Stearns Trattler picks it up and wins the early one by a score of 104-95. A dominant performance by Jalen Gaffney. And Stearns has got it, as Aaron Boone would say, right in front of them. They win tomorrow night and they win the 2 seed.
Yeah, I mean, they had this game. It was a tough game early on. It was close, but then later on in that first quarter, Stearns just turned it on and took over. And from there, Larson Ford had to play catch-up the rest of the way, just weren't able to really cut into it until garbage time.
As we'll be back with tonight's star of the game after this short break on the JSBL Network.
Alecrat Himmel back here on the JSBL. Stearns Trailer locks up the 2 seed with a 104-95 win over Larson Ford. Our player of the game, Jalen Gaffney, here with us now. A team high 24 points, and 6 of the 7 scores for Stearns reached double figures. Jalen, congrats on the win tonight. How are you guys able to take control of this game in the beginning and end up winning it going away?
I think we were on fire at the beginning of the game. Rebounding, playing defense, making shots. I mean, it's hard to lose like that when your team is playing well on all cylinders. So.
And again, Stearns locking up the 2 seed. You've been here for a few games so far this year. As the playoff starts to come near, where do you feel like the Stearns team is in terms of where they want to be in terms of your guys' peak?
I think just the same way we kind of played today, mostly in the first half. I think we gave it up a lot in the second half, but I think just we played together. Like I said, rebounded the ball. I think rebounding, especially defensive rebound, has been killer for us since I've been playing at least. And just limiting teams to not hit a lot of threes. Really, I think threes though kills us too a lot too. So I think just playing together and just playing good basketball, that's all that really matters. And
you mentioned the rebounding. You guys had a tough task tonight going up against Larson Ford's big man trio. Might be one of the best all-around center rooms that we have here in the league. I guess, how did that prepare you for what you might see later on in the season in the playoffs?
For sure. They had two big guys, 2 very bouncy big guys as well. But I think just with that team, they were a lot younger, so they made a lot more mistakes. And a lot of the other teams are a lot older, a lot of pro guys who won't make those same mistakes. So we just got to stay locked in, full 40, really. So, yeah.
You were on fire in that first half. You mentioned the team, but also you were on fire as well. Knocked down some big-time threes, knocked down that circus shot to end the first half. How were you able to really get it going there in that first half and start to take over and build that big lead?
Just shooting when I was open, really, and shooting when I was open and being aggressive. My teammates are finding me, and I was hitting shots. Slowed down in the second half, obviously, but I know we had the win in the bag, honestly, so I kind of chilled. But just wanted to get out to a good lead so we didn't have to struggle the rest of the half.
Stearns Trailer locks up the 2 seed with a win over Larson Ford. Jalen Gaffney here, our player of the game. Well, you just wrapped up a year in Slovakia, averaged almost 14 points a game. What was that experience like, and what are you looking forward to this next year for basketball?
That experience was interesting. Obviously, it's going to a new country. It's an adjustment. The team really wasn't that good per se. We struggled a lot, but honestly, I had a good time out there. Just putting more experience under my belt, getting more experience under my belt. So I'm just looking forward to showing what I can do in the next team, whoever picks me up. So I'm just happy. I'm happy that I'm blessed, honestly, that I get to continue to play this game as long as I have. So, yeah.
Jalen Gaffney, team high 24 points as Stearns Trailer finishes off the regular season with a win over Larson Ford. They lock up the 2 seed. Jalen, congrats on the win tonight. Best of luck in the playoffs.
Appreciate you, man.